VinFast just shut down 5 of its 10 stores in Canada, a company that aimed to be the next Tesla. But what actually went wrong? And what does this say about the entire EV industry right now? Who is VinFast? VinFast is owned by Vingroup, Vietnam's biggest private enterprise. They're in real estate, tech, healthcare. They jumped into the EVs in 2017 and started selling globally in 2022, focusing on direct-to-consumer sales. They skip dealerships just like Tesla. The problem is, doing that takes a lot of capital and brand trust. And unlike Tesla, most North American buyers had never even heard of VinFast and still don't to this day. I've interviewed a VinFast salesperson when I visited the VinFast store in Huntington Beach, who actually left Tesla to join VinFast. He said they sold around 54,000 vehicles in 2024. That's pretty good for a newcomer. The actual number was like 94,000 that year, 2024. He also makes commission, unlike Tesla. Top sellers, he said, make from $80,000 up to $250,000 per year. The cars, they look good to some, high quality leather, and the people, they kept coming in, they were curious and kept asking questions. It's very much a family car. I saw a lot of families, but there's one big issue. It's still a Vietnam company. I'm not sure how trustworthy people will be for a company like this. Most Americans want to maybe Japanese and import like that, but from Vietnam, it kind of has a negative stereotype. No offense to Vietnamese people. The country is actually beautiful. I would like to travel there one day, but as an American, when you think of a Vietnamese car company, it doesn't sound too appealing. But I have seen them driving around in Costa Mesa, and it's not bad. So fast forward to today. VinFast is closing half of its stores in Canada, but why? Why do you think that? Well, according to reports, it's due to the challenging EV market. What does that mean? It means high costs of customer acquisition, low brand recognition, and expensive overhead for showrooms that weren't really converting. And this is actually the same wall that hit Carvana and even Tesla early on. Distribution is cool, it's good, until the numbers stop working. Now, Carvana is an important player in this story because before VinFast or even Rivian tried to flip the car sales model, Carvana did it first. Fully online car buying, no dealership, no haggling. Just pick your car, finance it, and they deliver it. And sometimes through a vending machine tower. There's one I've seen when I drive by the freeway. That's pretty crazy. It's not a joke. And it worked for a while. Carvana grew fast. They sold over 400,000 cars in 2021 alone. But here's the catch. Their business model was burning cash. They weren't just selling cars. They were buying massive inventory, building their own logistics network, and offering in-house financing. So when interest rates were low, that was manageable. That was good. But once rates jumped and used car values started to drop, Carvana got hit. They got hit with higher borrowing costs, shrinking margins, and slowing demand. Their stock crashed, and at one point bankruptcy rumors were flying. They're still around, but they've had to restructure debt, cut costs, and rethink the scale of their operation. So it's a cautionary tale. Just because you're disrupting an old system doesn't mean you're making money. And in this space, profitability is survival. So VinFast may be taking notes here. Their shift away from direct-only sales could be an early move to avoid that same trap. Higher fixed costs, low brand loyalty, and too few cars sold to cover overhead. So right now, the EV market is softening, not collapsing, just plateauing. Interest rates are high, EV incentives are changing, and buyers are getting smarter, asking about service, battery life, resale value, financing terms. Even brands like Rivian and Lucid are facing a lot of pressure. So for a brand new player like VinFast, especially one without a massive fan base, it could be tough to build a sustainable demand, especially in North America. They might do better in other countries, maybe Brazil or something. So VinFast says they're shifting to a hybrid model. Fewer owned stores, more traditional dealers. They're also expanding manufacturing in India and Indonesia. I think that's where they can do well. But the question still stands. The question is, can they build trust enough, fast enough for the people before the money runs out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are traditional dealerships still necessary, or can an unknown EV brand really survive out without them? If you like this breakdown, like the comment, share it, whatever. Subscribe.